I'm LJ,
What's cracking, y'all? It's Stevie Nicks.
and we're Knicks fans.
And welcome to Knicks Anonymous.
Myself, and I think we see Willis coming out.
Fast break to Walt Frazier. Frazier then slows it down. It's picked up by Jerry West at the top of the post. Three. Good!
We know differently, and here's David Stern with the announcement.
First pick, select Patrick Ewing.
Bernard looking for 50, and he's got it. Back-to-back 50-point games for Bernard King. Anthony for three. Bang! That one goes down, and the game is tied. Houston ducks under. Got it! With 8 tenths left. Lynn puts it up. Bang! Jeremy Lin from downtown. Johnson cuts left. Now fires a three. It is good, and he's fouled. It counts, and he is fouled.
Barrett drives down, and this time finishes with authority.
What is going on, New York? Welcome back to another episode of
Knicks Anonymous.
Knicks Anonymous episode
73? I think
73. 73 indeed.
Okay, I was
73
right.
indeed. Welcome back, Knicks Anonymous. The season has finally started. How do you feel about that, Stevie? Are you feeling hyped?
What a start it has been. Some good play, some bad play, some controversy. Well, I won't say controversy, but I guess to Knicks fans it's controversy. And
No, it was a lot of controversy too, even like with the refs specific. But we're gonna get there. There's a lot of controversy that we gotta get into. But first things first, first things first. Again, video part 2. If you didn't catch part 1, go check that out on YouTube. But we're gonna get to the social media stuff. First things first, shout out to the Knicks Anonymous family, because without you guys, because we are the people's voice.
And we are nothing without the people.
We are nothing without the people, exactly. So without you guys, there's no Knicks Anonymous. We're just here for you guys. We love you guys. We are happy for all of us because the Knicks are in town again. Stevie, let the people know where they can find us.
Follow us on Instagram at Knicks Anonymous. Follow us on Twitter at Anonymous Knicks. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Pandora, Spotify, and Breaker, or simply Google us.
Just Google us, man. That's it. Knicks Anonymous. And on Twitter, it's Anonymous Knicks, but if you put Knicks Anonymous, like whichever way you put it, it's gonna work. So, yeah. So let's get into this episode. Shout out to the Spreewell jersey. I got the Spreewell jersey. I got the Knick basketball in the back. And all my other addictions, we don't have to get into. Stevie's repping Puerto Rico as he fucking should. We here.
And the Knicks.
And the Knicks, we are here. We are here indeed. Speaking of we are here, how about Julius Randle, man? Let's start off with the first game. First game we had was Memphis Grizzlies. That was a good game. A very good, fast-paced action game. Stevie, what was your favorite thing about that game?
I kind of like the resilience, man. Hold on one second. I'm sorry, I got to get the numbers up. But while I do that, I'll say I actually like the resilience we showed, man. Because in the beginning, it kind of felt like it was gonna be the same old thing. We had that in the house while we were watching the game. You, me, I think Eddie was with us, and your father, and Papa Anonymous.
Papa Anonymous and Brother Anonymous are in the building.
We all had that negative feeling we had last year. Despite the fact we lost, we ended up picking things up. I'm trying to get the final score. I'm sorry.
Not yet. Me personally, I really didn't like
115, 112 in overtime. I'm sorry, y'all.
Nah, you good, bro.
Just wanted to get that out the way. Go ahead, bro. My fault. Sorry.
You go, bro. But me personally, I really didn't like the performance, especially in the beginning. Like you said, it definitely felt like we were just gonna get blown out. Even though this wasn't a game that they didn't have us winning, even though I think in past, present, future,
I had us winning.
I think I had us winning too. So I guess we weren't the majority. I guess a lot of people automatically knew we were. Even Stephen A. Smith said we were gonna lose, but fuck him at the end of the day.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So we didn't come out the gate swinging. RJ Barrett had a fucking horrendous game. What did he shoot for? He went 3 for what? Like 3 for 16 or some wild.
RJ's 3 for 18, bro.
3 for 18. He was outrageous. The butterflies were just in the system. He wasn't seeing straight. He saw 3 rims. He was missing layups. It was looking very, very ugly. But who stepped in and helped him? The man we thought that we should get rid of. Mr. Fidget Spinner himself, Julius Randle. Go ahead, Stevie. Read me that stat line real quick.
Oh wow, yeah. Before I do that, he was pretty impressive, man. He looked like the Julius from 2 years ago, honestly speaking. He had 24, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 9 of 16 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3. Overall, +7.
It got to the point we were dead ass chanting Julius Randle. I remember that.
Yes.
It got to the
Yes, we were.
point where we started singing Julius Randle. This is Julius. There were a lot of names being thrown out that we never thought we would actually be throwing out. Like Evan Fournier. We actually wanted Evan Fournier to come at a game at a certain point. Like, it was weird. Everybody that we needed to, like, play, or everyone that we expected to play hard, we're not playing hard. Like, including the bench. The bench had a horrendous game as well. Really, Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson had a pretty slow start. He didn't start off very well. He started shooting very poorly. But he picked up, I think it was Julius Randle, because Julius Randle was the guy to keep us in the game. And this is why I like Brunson, though. This is why a lot of people should like Brunson. He's able to feed off certain things, and he's able to turn it on, if that makes sense. Like, he's he's clutch. So he's
adjusts to the moment very well.
Exactly. Like, I feel like in any clutch situation, I would love to have Jalen Brunson on my team.
Agreed. But here's one thing we're leaving out, man. The arrival of Cam Reddish.
Killer Cam.
Man, Joe, I think, not for nothing, with that performance, I won't say he saved his career, because even if things don't go well with the Knicks, I still think he'll get a shot somewhere else. But I think he saved his Knicks tenure.
Yeah, bro. That buzzer beater. That fucking buzzer beater.
First of all, that was a nicely designed play.
By who? Jalen Brunson.
That was a nicely designed. I don't know if Brunson
That was the
designed that. I think Tibbs drew that up.
No cap. That was the same exact play that we used last year against the Pelicans, or was it the Bulls? It was one of those two teams. But you remember last year when D Rose went down the middle, and Lonzo went to help, and he kicked it out to the corner? That was literally the same exact play. So I think that's Tibbs' like go-to.
If you're talking about Lonzo Ball, it was the Bulls.
Okay. So yeah, so Tibbs has that play on lock, and it works. It works perfectly. Everyone thought Fournier was going to take that shot, because I remember my dad said something about that. He was like, you got to put Fournier in, let Cam be the bait, and Fournier take the shot. Oh.
He took the shot in the overtime to win the game, and he missed it. So they did design the play for him. It just wasn't in the regulation.
But Killer Cam, bro.
Yeah, Killer Cam hit the shot. Shout out to Cam, man. 22 points, 5 boards.
That wasn't even the only
3
highlight of the
steals,
game.
too. 3 steals. He played real good defense.
I was just about to say.
Cam played real good defense.
I think Cam Reddish is Tibbs' wet dream, bro. I think it was supposed to be what Frank Ntilikina was supposed to be, because Frank has the same width. But yeah, bro, listen, there's some things that you could tell about someone's game, right? Cam Reddish, he plays like he has more than just skill, if that makes sense. Like, he's very like, he even said it in a press conference once, I think. He said, what did he say?
I know what I can do.
He said, I know what I can do. I just had to prove it to myself that I can still do it. He plays the way he plays like that guy. Like, he has a certain finesse to him, and the way he, I don't know how to explain it really, because like, I'm a basketball player, so I know when I see it. I'm sure everybody sees it too. It's just the way he finesses certain things. He's so smooth and confident with everything he does, and plus his length on the defensive end, like you said, 3 steals. And that's coming from a 5th place. That's coming from a 5th seed team in the West, as stacked as the West is. So the fact that we gave the Grizzlies so much trouble, and not only was it trouble, we gave them trouble on our worst day.
Exactly. And not for nothing, one of our keys was the offensive boards. They did out rebound us on the offensive boards, 20-18, but they didn't kill us. We kind of hung in there with them as far as that goes. Even though Steven Adams did get a few key offensive boards. But overall, in the grand scheme of things, we did hang with them.
So how do you feel Mitch did against Adams? I think he did poorly.
Yeah, he did. He did. I'm talking about as a team overall, but like
Okay.
Mitch, he didn't.
The
have
reason why I signaled him out is because our matchup of the game was Adams and Mitch.
Yeah, but iHeart picked up the slack for him. Fortunately, iHeart actually had a good debut for us. He had 16, 8, and 4 assists with a block. So lucky for us, we actually have a good backup now. Unfortunately, he was 0 for 3 from 3, but that's okay. He still was effective. He did good. He played defense very well. He had a BS call on him at the end of the game. And since I brought up BS calls, you might as well start talking about the refs now.
Oh yeah,
Especially
no.
in particular here, bro, because what was it? Like, I think Hartenstein went up for a defensive rebound.
And Adams like bear hugged him from behind and like basically trampled him, having the ball smushed against his face and everything, like a cartoon. And they called and they called a fucking loose ball foul on Hartenstein. I couldn't believe my eyes. The 2 fouls on the 2 reach-ins Hartenstein did to John Moran, the 2-and-1s, not fouls.
Bullshit. Bro, I think those cost us the game. The one at the end, bro. We win the game at the end of regulation if they don't hit that. Dude, we had momentum at that point.
The way the refs called it was so backwards. Like, you're supposed to give the least aggressive team. Like, I'm not to say we're even least aggressive. Like the Timberwolves, I said the Timberwolves. If you look at the Grizzlies, wrong animal. Wrong animal. If you look at the Grizzlies team, they're much bigger and stronger than us. They were giving them, like, you're supposed to give us some slack. Like, you know what I mean? You're supposed to let us beat them up a little bit to give us the advantage. That's how it's supposed to be called. Yo, the little things, they were calling everything. They were giving Adams... What's up?
I'm sorry to cut you off, my fault. But they gave it, I think it was called the way it was supposed to be called because they gave him superstar treatment. I'm not saying it's right, but that's what happened, dude.
But they're the bigger team, you know what I mean? Like,
dude, not even that. Like, yeah, they are a better team. That's a fact. But I don't think that's why they got the calls. They got it because he's the star.
No, I said bigger.
The bigger team. Sorry.
Yeah, bigger.
I mean, they're the better team as well. Let's just speak facts. But we could have beat them. Those 2 calls really were BS, bro. Especially the one at the end of regulation. That he wasn't even touched, dude. He really wasn't. If you watch the replays.
And at the end of the game, he stepped out of bounds before we fouled him.
That too, and that was a goaltend.
Oh, the Brunson block. That was a goaltend and a foul in one play.
It's crazy. We got screwed over in that game. The Knicks should be.
But okay, wait. Hold on.
We should be 2-0.
As much as it pains me to say, we may have lost that ourselves. As bad as the reffing was, I think we shot ourselves plenty of times. We could have won that game even with the bad calls.
How so?
RJ was doing shit. He went 3 for 16. Quickly did garbage. Obi did garbage. I mean, there was a lot of key pieces that weren't doing good. Let's say RJ goes, I don't know, 7. Let's say it goes 7 for 18 at least. We win that game by like 5.
That's true.
So
But still,
I
though,
think
like,
if everybody's on their P's and Q's, we could definitely win that game even with the blown calls. I do get it. The blown calls didn't help. But I still feel like if everybody was on their P's and Q's, we could have definitely ran through them.
I mean, that's a card to pull. You know what I mean? But still, at the same time, despite all that, we still got screwed over, dude. Those were BS calls. We could
No. Yeah, I'm not taking that away. But there's more.
Actually won the game.
Yeah, it's alright.
In spite of RJ's and Quickly's performance, we could throw them to the side and put those calls as the turning point.
Yeah, for sure. You guys see that face value. I definitely agree with you. But yeah. So what was the final score on that one?
Grizzlies 115, Knicks 112.
In overtime, by the way. So good. Honestly, overall though, good performance from Cam. Definitely love to see what Cam was doing. It was good to see Julius Randle is starting to find his groove in the offense. One thing that scared me and a lot of Knicks fans, I would definitely assume, is that he wouldn't be able to like really fit with other ball dominant players, and like they were probably scared if he was still gonna keep doing what he was doing last year in terms of the like his role, like the amount that he's gonna be doing. So, because that's how he got averaged like 4 turnovers last year. So he was doing too much. So with Jalen Brunson now running the point, you can definitely see it's way much easier for Julius Randle just to get the ball and score. You know, despite him still shooting threes, he's shooting the smart threes. You know, you definitely saw it, Stevie. He definitely looks way more confident, and his IQ is definitely getting a little bit better. But that goes back to him doing less. He's not thinking as much anymore. He's just doing what he would usually do. Because this is usually what Randall does, 20, 10, and whatever. This is usually Randall, but it just wasn't efficient. Now it's way more efficient. So,
And I think that makes him a dangerous man, bro. The potential is there that 2 years ago can be repeated this year. It's very possible that the man that's going to benefit the most from these moves that were made in the offseason, the very few moves we made, it's very possible nobody saw this coming, but the person who could benefit the most from these moves might be Julius Randle.
he might have I agree with you, man. I think he's going to have a monstrous year this year.
It's possible. I mean, it's only the beginning of the year, so it's possible that we just hyped off the performance that he's had the first 2 games. But it's optimism. You know what I mean? It's a change from what we're used to seeing from him. You know what I mean? He's still the same guy, like you said. You know, he's putting up the same numbers, but he's just efficient now. And as I said a minute ago, that's gonna make him a dangerous man. Because, like I said it many times, I'm not saying he's one of the best players in the league, but when he's on, he's one of the guys you got to keep an eye on. He's one of the better ones.
Yeah, for sure. I would like him to just step up his defense just a little bit. He is good, but I just, he gets caught lacking on the off-ball situation a lot. But that can always be fixed with time. Overall, though, Julius Randle has been great with this first game. So moving on to the next game, we had the Detroit Pistons. We completely waxed the Detroit Pistons. We actually went to a bar across the street. What was the name of the bar?
Not for nothing. I didn't see that coming, dude.
What?
We beat them 130-106. I didn't see us. I knew we were gonna win. Don't get it twisted. I knew we were gonna win. I didn't think we were gonna blow them out though, bro. Cause like, look at their young core, dude. They got Jaden Ivey, Isaiah Stewart. They got Bogdanovich as a vet. Cade Cunningham, Sadiq Bey. Jaden Duran even had a good day. He had 8 points, 10 boards. Hamidou Diallo's there as well. The GOAT, or in quote unquote your GOAT, Kevin Knox. He came through. But that's a nice core, bro. I thought it would have been a little more competitive, but that's just me.
But that's good though. That's good that we came out the way we did, as strong as we did, because it shows what happens when everybody's on their P's and Q's. Now, let's take the performance of the Detroit Pistons and put it on the Grizzlies game. No doubt in my mind, are we 2-0 right now?
Of course.
No doubt in my
especially
mind.
the way we started in this game. If we don't start slow against the Grizzlies, we definitely win.
Oh, for sure. So yeah, go ahead. Read me that stat line, bro. First of all, wait. Who was your player of the game for the Grizzlies?
Big bounce back game from IQ. 20 points, 7 boards, 7 assists. 8 of 14 from the field, 3 of 8 from 3. He looked great, man. Quickly looked like the IQ of old.
Wait, is that your player of the game for this one?
Yeah.
I asked you for the Grizzlies.
Oh, for the Grizzlies. I'm sorry. For the Pistons. Well, we're talking about the Pistons, bro.
No, OD, that's my fault. That's my fault. I know, that's my fault.
Oh boy, yeah, that's all you, bro.
Grizzlies?
Of course, it's Julius Randle.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Now back to the Pistons.
So my play of the game is definitely gonna have to be, shit. I say the whole team, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I really enjoyed everybody's performance. Everybody was just on point.
We're on the Pistons now, right?
Yeah, everybody
Okay, I
was.
just want to make sure.
Yeah, everybody was just on point. The defense, the offense. If they play like that, we're gonna be competitive the whole way. I don't know if we're gonna be playoff. I definitely say play in. I still believe play in, but that's just only because of how competitive the East is. But I'm sure a lot of people would disagree with me. Some people would actually say we won't make the playoffs at all. But who's gonna listen to those people?
I mean, we already look like a different team, so people can at least admit that. We look more polished, we look more organized. Yeah, we've had our sloppy moments that made us feel familiar from last year, but it's totally different now. Like if you're a real fan of basketball and the Knicks, you can tell the difference between this year and last year. And you're right. Despite the fact I gave Quickly the player of the game, you could award it to the whole team because everybody was on the same page. Everybody was on their P's and Q's, like you said. We were hitting our open shots. We were making the right passes. As a team, we turned the ball over 12 times. That's not bad, dude. We averaged 12 turnovers for the season. That's great.
And 4 quarters, that's a lot of basketball.
Yeah, dude, that's 3 turnovers a quarter. That's not bad. Like if you do the math, that's like a turnover every 4 minutes. It's not bad. I mean, I'd rather not turn the ball over at all, but there's gonna be turnovers. That's just the way
And
basketball is.
let's not do it at the end of the game when it matters, right?
That's what's the most important. If you turn the ball 20 times in the first 3 quarters and don't turn it over in the fourth, you had a good game. Despite the fact on the stat sheet it's gonna look horrible.
It's not how you start, New York. It's how you finish.
Exactly.
So speaking of that, are we pretty much finished with the Detroit Pistons? Because there's not really much to talk about in this game. They pretty much just annihilated them.
I mean, I could read some stats. Oh, by the way, fun fact. So far, Jalen Brunson as a New York Knick has not turned the ball over. I repeat, Jalen Brunson has not turned the ball over. Not one time.
Has Julius Randle?
He turned it over 2 or 3 times against Memphis, and I'm checking none against the Pistons. So 3 turnovers, 1.5 a game. That's not bad for Julius Randle. That's great. I'll take it.
That goes right back to what we said, bro. That goes right back to the responsibility.
That's his
Listen,
boy.
New York, Jalen Brunson is that guy. Is he the guy? Is he the guy to push us to the to the promised land? Probably not. We just everything else needs to gel with him. But he is
Start. I'll say
yeah,
that. He's
yeah.
definitely a start.
he is definitely the start, man. Point guard. We've been missing one for like what, a century?
Not that long, but it feels that way.
A fucking century, bro. So New York, let's be happy, man. Let's put a smile on that face for 1-1. So yeah, real quick, let's just talk about something real quick. We're
Oh,
gonna
wait, before you get into that, bounce back game from RJ as well. 18 points, 3 boards, 4 assists. But go ahead.
no, yeah, for sure. No, actually, I want to stay on that for a little bit. RJ, this is why I like RJ Barrett. He's able to go from now. His problem last year too in the beginning was that he was streaky. He did actually poorly in the beginning, and then he did better in the second half of the season. So, what do you think, Stevie? Do you think he's gonna? Is it looking like it's 2 games? Can't really tell. But do you feel that RJ will have a better year in terms of he will start sooner than later?
I believe so. That first game was probably just a bad game. You know what I mean? Like he picked it up last game. He looked pretty good. But all right, here's something we didn't mention in Memphis. Despite the fact he had a bad game, he was still dishing, he was still playing defense, and he was still rebounding. So yeah, he's not one of those dudes that checks out if his shot's not falling. So for that, he gets a lot of credit. So as far as your question goes, hell yeah, bro, he's gonna pick it up quick. I don't see why not.
I think he should
He's getting
too.
better, dude. Like, I mean, let's be real, bro. Like, as I said, he doesn't check out. He still plays all facets of the game, so he can only get better.
I definitely agree with you, Stevie. I see all ups for RJ Barrett, and who would have thought this one? Julius Randle as well. We all thought RJ Barrett would beneficiate more from Jalen Brunson. It is slowly looking like Julius Randle will be that guy, beneficiating it way more than
You mean benefiting?
benefiting. There you go. Thank you.
No problem. That's what we here
Benefiting,
for, baby. Teamwork.
benefiting more than RJ Barrett. But like we said, the year is still very, very young.
Yeah, bro. Only 2 games, man. Everybody tripped when we lost that first game, bro.
Which
you know what?
definitely, yeah. Let's.
Am I getting into?
Yeah.
I am. I think I am. Everybody was tripping off that first game. Talk about trading people and all that.
Yeah. So this leads us. I don't know if it's the first. Is it just me, or I think it's the first. Is it just me, or of this season, of the official season? 'Cause I think I did one preseason.
It's the first one of the season and on video. How about that?
And history has been made. Beat on your chest, New York. You already know. Is it just me, or do we argue more? This is for you, Stevie. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. Usually, the "is it just me" or is for like the audience, but this is for us personally, right here. Just to kick things off, right?
Oh, so this is a one-on-one conversation. This isn't in general.
This is 1-on-1 right here. This is for the public. So
Okay. This is interesting. Okay, I want to see where this goes.
I'm gonna talk like a president too. is it just me? Or do we tend to argue more with Nick fans or with non-Nick fans?
Oh shit, I didn't see that coming. Oh wow. Woo. You know what's crazy, bro? It's hilarious that you asked that, bro. Because remember when we joined Twitter, Ariel and I haven't experienced it yet, but they told us, Ariel and Trippy, shout out to them by the way, told us that there's people on Twitter that's kind of toxic about the Knicks, that they mostly like they search for the negative rather than the positive, and that's all they do, no matter how things good are, no matter
So,
how good things are.
Put it like this. It's like a Knicks Anonymous, but straight negative.
So that would be anonymous. Oh no, that would be. Oh, that's crazy. So in an alternate universe, it'd be anonymous Knicks, which is our Twitter handle. Uh-oh.
Oh, shit.
I don't know what door I just opened, but let's keep it moving.
We're in the multiverse.
The multiverse.
Oh, shit.
But not for nothing, bro. Like it hasn't personally happened to me on Instagram or Twitter, but I see it on other pages. I'll say that. Knicks fans do argue amongst each other more than they would debate teams, about other teams. You know what I mean? I understand it's because we Knicks fans, but we go at each other's throats.
Yeah, like it's like full civil war. Like there's no mercy, like at all. So what brings this topic up is because we posted something on our Instagram and our Twitter, which you can follow at Knicks Anonymous. It was a post about the bounce back game, which was the Pistons game, and it was specific. So it was a couple of guys, but we're just gonna hone in on one dude. But just to give everybody their props, I'm gonna just read it off. So the Knicks bench in the Grizzlies game did horrible. This was the Knicks bench during the Pistons game. Cam was a plus 12. Derrick Rose was a plus 23. Quickly was a plus 27. Toppin was a plus 25. Hartenstein was a plus 21. So shout out to the bench. Yes, shout out to the bench. But we're gonna hone in on one particular player, and that's Emmanuel Quickly. I'm sure you see it, Steven. We've even heard it from some people. We're not gonna say names. We just know what we know, and we've seen it on Nick Twitter and Nick Instagram. A lot of chatter about how Emmanuel Quickly does not fit into this team. How?
I don't know. He fits to me. I don't know what everybody's talking about. We just had a bad game. But you know what it is, though? I will say something. There were moments in the preseason where he didn't look good. Because he didn't look good in the preseason at all. This bounce back game was big for him. You know what I mean? So, like, against the Pistons, this game was big for him. There were moments in the preseason. Matter of fact, my brother pointed this out. Shout out to Eddie, by the way. I forgot which game it was, but he was like, yo, keep an eye on this. Watch. Quickly don't pass to other guards, but he always passes to RJ and Obi and other like sensitive forwards and never to other guards. I didn't believe it. For the next 5 minutes, that's what happened. I was like, wow, that's crazy. And his reasoning was he quickly thinks his job isn't as secure as he thinks it is. I think, me personally, I just think that was a coincidence at that moment because Quickly looked to be getting everybody involved against the Pistons. He looked like the Quickly from last year. He was even playing defense. I always said Quickly's not a good defender, but he tries, and that's what Knicks fans really like about him. The effort is there. You can't deny Quickly's effort. I mean, I can't lie. He didn't look good against the Grizzlies. That was one of the first times that I've seen him play that the effort didn't look good. But again, that's why I say this game against the Pistons was big for him. This bounce back might be his turning point. So, as far as he goes, let's see. You know what I mean? But as far as what we're talking about, I need to have patience, man. Because truth be told, you wanted him gone the other day. Now basically he's the sixth man of the year, or at least that's what I think he is. I'm still running with that prediction. Y'all gotta chill. Point being, man, like we bipolar with some of y'all are bipolar Knicks fans, yo. You happy one day, you want to make one dude a franchise here, then trade him there. You want to include him in the trade for a superstar. You invent trade rumors in your head. Y'all need to chill.
Oh, I can't wait for those, man. We're right back at it with the trade rumors.
Are we? What have you heard? What have you heard that I haven't heard?
Nothing. I'm just waiting.
Oh, you're waiting for it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, from what it looks like Quickly's gonna be the first name we see
I hope not, dude. Because like, bro, we kept him off we kept him off the table. But actually, that's not true. It turns out he was on the table. We just took him off.
with RJ.
That's what I'm saying. So I think it's a blessing that didn't happen. Still to this day.
Yeah, the Jazz saved us from ourselves, man. I'm still jacking that.
Speaking of which, have you seen them? Off topic.
Who, the Jazz?
Yeah, 2-0.
I saw one of them get dropped by D'Angelo Russell, like really, really bad. Like
Yeah,
he slid on the ground, like type shit. Like
Yeah, and this guy Laurie Markkinen banged it on Gobert. Very, very bad, bro. Very, very bad, bro. Laurie Markkinen.
I saw it.
Hammered it on Gobert, bro. That was bad.
You know what makes me happy to the bone though?
What's that?
The Lakers are 0-3.
I thought they won today.
No, they did not. They lost
lost
to
to the Blazers?
They
You
lost to
lie.
they lost to Jeremy Grant.
You lie. Hold on, let me check that.
Jeremy Grant hit the buzzer beater. But let's check that later, Stevie. You already know. So, that ends it for this episode, man. It was a pretty quick episode.
That was fast.
That was fast. Not really much to talk about, to be honest. Just doing brief analyzations, more in-depth stuff during the next couple weeks. Because usually we do 3 games a week, but this week it was 2.
It's the beginning of the year, so
Yes.
it's gonna be awkward the first week or two.
Yes, and we're always here. Follow us on Twitter for sure. Twitter, because that is where most of our, major updates will be. We'll update it on Instagram too, but Instagram is more general. Twitter is where we actually talk and conversate with each other. Like we just had a conversation about that Quickly thing on Twitter. Shout out to everyone on Twitter that'll be replying and answering and retweeting.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Giving us y'all helping us grow our platform, man. Much love to y'all.
For sure. Shout out Trippy. Shout out Visioned. Shout out to Past, Present, Future. Shout out to everybody in that group. Love you guys. The non-toxic Knicks fans.
Exactly, bro. We need more like y'all. More
Yeah.
like us.
And and if all y'all out there listening, whether you're toxic or not, we love you because you're listening. So at least you're hearing our point of view of things. Because at the end of the day, again, we are the people's voice and we are nothing
Without the people, even the toxic people.
without the toxic people. Because you give us content, you give us life.
And it doesn't hurt to hear different perspectives. You know what I mean? Because you know what? Maybe they might be onto something, and maybe we're the toxic ones. Who knows?
That's true. Maybe that is very true to think about though. To
I
somebody,
mean, honestly speaking, for the most part, we're not because we try to be positive. But every now and again, we slip up. We've said some stuff on here. I can't remember off the top of my head, but we have said
somebody definitely knows. Somebody out there has looked this up and yeah, this episode right here is full of shit.
Yeah, bro. I mean, we're not always right. We speak a lot of facts, but we speak opinions too.
All right, real quick.
We're not always right.
Real quick, bro. Let's keep this episode going a little bit. We just kind of teased them a little bit. Let's keep it rolling because I know the Knicks Namas family missed us and we missed y'all too. Real quick, I'm gonna read these games off, and you tell me which one's a W and which one's a L.
Okay, shoot. For this week, just for this week.
This week.
Okay, shoot.
Okay, we got the Magic first. W or L?
W, but it's gonna be close.
Okay, we got the Hornets. W or L?
W, possible blowout.
Bucks. W or L?
Oof. I want to say W, but I'm gonna say L. I think Giannis might be a little too much for us.
Relatable.
At least this time around, we have proven we can beat the Bucks.
Cavaliers. W or L?
That's this week?
Sunday.
Ooh, I can't wait for that. I mean, we don't really have any beef with the Cavs besides it's gonna be interesting to play against Donovan Mitchell.
And Garland.
Yeah, I like Garland actually. That guy's pretty good. Shout out to Garland.
That team is. I don't know what their record is, honestly. They're 1-1. They're just like us.
I don't know. What do you think about that one?
Okay, I'll tell you this. If we're not on the P's and Q's, we're getting smoked. We're getting smoked.
Okay, wait. My question to you is this: who's a better team, them or Memphis?
Shit.
Memphis did make it further. Memphis
Um,
made it further than them last year, for the record. Even though like
Let's
Cavs
see.
are a whole new team with Mitchell.
Garland, Levert,
Mitchell.
Rubio, Mitchell. All right, let's look at the bench. Okoro, Kevin Love, the Grizzlies. I think the Grizzlies are the better team. So honestly, I think we could beat this team. I think we could beat the Cavaliers. I think we could.
W.
Yeah, I'm gonna go W on that one. So okay, let me shoot mine off real quick. All right, Magic. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I saw the Magic play against the Celtics.
Oh, they're
and,
good. They're good.
And in order to beat them, Tatum had to drop 40 points.
Oh, Matt, don't sleep. NBA and other fans, don't sleep on the Magic.
That scares me, Stevie. Tatum had to drop 40 points to beat the Magic.
And they did give us problems last year without Banchero. So, yeah, I still say it's a W, but as I said, it's going to be close.
I'm gonna throw up the L on that one. I'm not gonna lie.
Really? Wow.
I'm a no disrespect. I love my Knicks.
Nah, bro. Like
I think we're gonna fall short. I
It is
think
what
we're
it
gonna fall short.
Okay.
Hornets W.
Blowout W. I say a blowout W.
I say blow. I think Randall's gonna drop 40 on Hayward.
Oh my God. Oh, I think I might do a parlay for that game and bet
Randall's gonna violate.
or 20 and 15. I'm gonna put Randall for 20 and 15 on a parlay. I think I
Yeah.
might do that.
Bucks L for the obvious reason. Giannis.
You think they're gonna blow us out or it's gonna be competitive?
I think it's gonna be competitive. Here's why. I like the Drew Holiday and Brunson matchup. They're pretty much
And as I said, one of the keys, if we get Holiday in foul trouble, it's a key. We gotta attack Holiday. I said it when we did the space. We gotta attack Holiday, bro.
the difference between Holiday is because he's like Brunson. He's bigger than most guards. So it's gonna be like the battle of the big boys.
Yeah, I agree. But like we gotta be aggressive against him. It's gonna be easier said than done because he's a real good defender, but I still think we have to attack him.
I think the same goes with Giannis. You gotta try to get him into foul. You gotta get him out the game somehow. Either
I
talk
would say
mad
it's
shit or
I would say it's easier to attack Drew Holiday than it would be Giannis, honestly speaking. Because the way I see it, if you get the starting point guard out and bring in George Hill not a bad player, by the way. You know, George Hill's a good vet. Has hit big shots. Has hit big shots in his career. He's had his moments, but I would rather Jalen Brunson attacking him than attacking Holiday. You know what I mean? Not to say Jalen Brunson can't score on Holiday, but he's a way better defender than George Hill is. So, you take out a piece of the defense, that might have an effect on the game and might benefit the Knicks.
yeah, bro. Honestly, I'm gonna go back to something real quick. I'm gonna go back to the Magic game.
Nah,
I didn't take something into consideration. I think our bench is better than theirs, so we might win. So this is a good team. This is the good thing about the Knicks, right? If the starters aren't doing that well, the bench has the same possibility of blowing up as the starters would. So if they're not up to game, the starters have to be up to game. If the starters are not up to game, the bench has to be up to game. If both are up to game, we're unstoppable, I think.
Agreed.
So I think our bench can dominate theirs.
Okay.
I think Bonchero is good. He's good. He dropped 22, 24 on the Celtics. He's good. RJ, because Bonchero doesn't start, he's coming off the bench. It looks.
Oh,
like.
is he? I thought he was started.
I don't know. Let me see. We
He
have.
started. Why would you not start the number one pick?
That's what I'm saying. He is starting. So RJ is gonna have to lock him up. Will he? I think he will. The thing about Bonchero though, he's very long. He's long, big, and he looks like a 4-year player. He's crazy. Tibbs does play team defense. He's a defensive coordinator. He's a defensive headstrong guy. Obviously, they're going to target him. So, with that being said, I think the Knicks would be able, especially with Cam Reddish now doing what he's doing in the lineup, I think we will beat the Magic.
Agreed. Okay. So you're taking back the L.
Take about the L. So we got a
Okay.
W. We got a W for the Magic. W for the Hornets, L for the Bucks, and W for the Cavs.
We're going 3-1 this week. You predict
3-1 this week. Because let me see the Cavs. Because I think most of these games are gonna come down to the bench.
I'll
Because-
go 2-2. I'll say 2-2.
2-2. Who do we lose to?
The Bucks and the Cavs. I think we'll get the Cavs the next time around. Cause bro, like, the Cavs got a squad, bro. Jarrett Allen, Mobley. Mobley's nice. I like Mobley. That's a real athletic.
Oh, Robin Lopez makes a return.
For the Bucks? Oh yeah.
No, for the Cavs.
Robert Lopez is on the Cavs? I thought he was on the Bucks.
Sure is.
That's Brooke Lopez. I'm sorry. You're right.
Who else? Lamar Stevens, Osman, Isaac Okoro, Kevin Love. They got a good bench, yeah. With Kevin Love does make the difference, unfortunately.
He killed us that last year. He hit like what 5 threes off the bench if I remember correctly.
Yeah. So so the Cavaliers is my if then. This is my like. I'm gonna say W, but yeah, I'm gonna say W, but
I'm gonna go 2-2 this week.
I'll say 3-1. Fuck it. I'll stick with my gut.
Got you. Okay.
I'm gonna go 3-1. Good analyzation, Steven. I do think honestly moving forward, we're just gonna be super competitive. That's the number one thing that we wanted from last year is we just wanted to be competitive
And efficient.
So if we're competitively efficient, we get what we saw at the Pistons game. It's that simple.
That W.
Yeah, we get it. Like, there's a lot of people saying, "Oh, it's just the Pistons." The Pistons are a good team.
Like I said, I read off their core. It's a very good young core.
Oh, and guess who we have after the Cavs?
Who's that?
The Atlanta Hawks.
That's not a rivalry still.
I'd say it is. I want a jacket.
I ain't gonna run with that. That was just one playoff series. Now, if we have another playoff series and it ends up rough, then yeah, we may have a rivalry. But for
Not for
I
nothing.
don't see that as a rivalry. They just beat us. That's all that is.
Our rivalry might be either the Cavs or the Magic.
They're not even rivals, dude. They just got Donovan Mitchell, and we did it. That's not that doesn't constitute a rivalry. Now, if Donovan Mitchell would have went to the Cavs and been like, hell no, I ain't want to go to the Knicks. Who the hell told y'all that? Then we might have had a rivalry.
So who would you say our rivalry is?
We don't have one yet. The Hawks would be the Hawks aren't a rivalry. I would consider them a developing potential rivalry. Let's see where it goes.
So what capitalizes a rivalry?
They planted the seed. I'll say that. Because, like, let's be real, bro. Like, Knicks' all-time rivals was Reggie Miller Pacers, Michael Jordan Bulls. You know what I mean? Us playing the Hawks don't feel like that. It's just Trae Young talking trash to us. You know what I mean? We need another playoff series or two to constitute this as a rivalry or in-game fight, something.
I mean, we did fight them. We did fight them in the playoffs.
I'm talking about a real fight.
I don't think it's gonna get like that anywhere in the NBA
bro,
though.
we also stuck up for them too, because one of our fans OD'd and spit on Trae Young, and we wasn't having that, despite the fact that they rivals. So remember, there's still a level of respect there.
Wait, you just said rivals.
What?
You just said rivals.
I did, didn't I? But I still say they're not. The seed is being planted. You didn't catch me there. You caught me.
I think they're rivals, bro.
I guess that's just my opinion. I say the seed is being planted. It's not there. You gotta let the tree grow.
I do agree with you though. I know. I get what you're saying. It's a little too early, but I feel like I would constitute them as one already, because I feel like every time we play them now, it's already gonna be that thing. You know, people are just gonna run with it.
Hey, yes, like I said, they just beat us and we're salty about it. That doesn't consider. I don't consider.
I see what you're coming from though. I definitely see where you're coming from. I for the first time in my life, I was gonna have to back the media up on this one.
You know what? You know what I compare this to? All right, I'm a Giants fan, and at one point, a lot of Giants fans were saying the New England Patriots were our rival, and I'm like, no, they're not. They're not our rival. We just beat them in the Super Bowl. That's it. You know, we upset them. We just weren't expected to win, and we just so happened to win. It doesn't constitute a rivalry. The Giants' playoff rivalry would be a team like the 49ers, because over the years we played them like 6-7 times. That's a playoff rivalry. That's playoff history. You know what I mean?
It just hasn't happened in a while.
That's what I'm saying. Nah, bro. Like, look at it this way. And I know I'm off topic and I'm talking football, but if the Giants end up playing the 49ers, let's say 2 years from now, 3 years from now in the playoff, still a playoff rivalry because there's history there. You could go back.
True. Good stuff, man. Shout out to episode 73 of Knicks Anonymous. Shout out to Knicks Anonymous family. This concludes today's episode, man. Stevie, any last words for the kind people out there?
This was actually a better episode than I was expecting. I thought it was gonna be short and we were just gonna break down the games. Cool.
You're just rambling it off.
This is why I like our show, bro. We go places where no other shows go, or at least we attempt to.
We try to hit every angle, every corner. You know the vibes. Okay, merch coming in about. We did say a month.
Yeah, man. I apologize for that. Y'all kind of had
finances aren't.
No, it's not finances. It's not finances.
At least for me, it's finances.
The finances are in place. It's more of the product production. There's been like a little delay, but it's coming. It's gonna be high quality. Y'all gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
Yes, we are. We have a little website that we're making, but in order to make it, we need the actual product first to actually post it on the website. But we're gonna have everything there. It's mainly for that site. It's just gonna be straight merch. It's not gonna be links or anything. If I could tie links into it, I will. But it's mostly just gonna be a Shopify. So if anything, any product, because hoodies coming, everything's coming. So we're just starting with small. We're still not gonna tell you what we're coming with.
You almost blew it up.
I almost blew it up. I almost blew it up. I got too excited there. But
you know what's crazy? You actually, again, I'm gonna say it again. You actually did blow it up. Or I think I did.
I think we both did. Like in multiple episodes.
On the past episode, I just hope nobody remembers.
And if you do, keep quiet. Shh. That's a fact. Yeah, man. We love you guys. Shout out to Knicks Anonymous family.
The people's voice. Nothing without the people.
We are nothing without the people. We are going to figure out ways to get people on the show. I found something with Discord. I know a lot of people are down with the Discord. So we're going to see if I can get the Discord working and popping. And I'll make a Discord for Knicks Anonymous. And we'll schedule it with you guys. We'll post on the story. Whoever wants to get on the show, just make a Discord account. You can hop on. If you troll, we will unfollow you, ban you, do everything possible to make sure your day is ruined.
Might beat your ass depending on what you do.
Come with the respect. Even if you're against the Knicks, just come with the respect. Come with straight, valid points. If they're not valid points, we do warn you, we may make fun of you. So, join at your own accord. We love everybody. We'll see you guys next week.
Go Knicks.